that run for a second. We're gonna get it all set up, but we here, baby. Set up these links right quick. We got one more to set up. One more motherfucking link and we at it, baby. Let's see. Well, we about to get into it, baby. Wait for it. I'm gonna pin that link. Just waiting to pin this link. Come on, link. I hit enter, that might help. There we go. Now we in, baby, we in. All right. We get some volume off that little bit. Engineer. We get that turned down just a smooch. Tonight is a very, very special night. We are in this bitch tonight to help celebrate. Right? Yeah. So we're going to help celebrate. Some of y'all may know of Subterraneans here in Chicago. It's a very well-known place, well-established place in the hip-hop community. They also happen to be the longest running open mic, hip-hop open mic. Are you following me? The longest running hip-hop open mic in the fucking world. Okay? Can we get something for that? Can Chicago just hold some more things down? You know what I'm saying? The longest running open mic. It's 23-year celebration on the 22nd. We need people to get out there and show support. This motherfucking shit survived the goddamn pandemic.
A few different types of pandemics, actually.
Survived the motherfucking pandemic. This man, get in here and tell your story. I want to hear everybody's story about Sub T's, man. About I don't know, your first night on the open mic at Sub T's. I can tell you, I've had some experiences there. But anyways, by the way, we are back at it like crack addicts. I am your man, Heat Detector, and I got my illustrious co-host. Illustrious co-host, Naj Vino. Can we get a round of applause for Naj Vino? You can hold mine off. I don't need mine right now. Not right now. I don't need mine right now. And we got somebody else in the building. I'm just getting tired of this shit. How he just keep on hacking into our shit.
One thing we can say though, he might hack into our shit, but we get what we need from him. You know, he just kind of shows up and it just.
Do you really?
Makes it happen.
All right, well then let's give it up for the engineer. Oh, he made shit. Well, he gave him some holes and everything. I introduced myself. I didn't get shit. That's why I said I'll hold off and wait, because God damn, I got it, but I didn't get it. That's like saying the check is in the mail.
I like it. I got it, but I didn't get it.
Yeah. So here we are. It's just us right now. Hopefully people will chime in, but at any rate, the show's still got to go on. This is a celebration.
How many times do you think you've been to
Sub T's?
Yeah, for that.
For the open mic?
Yeah.
Probably 10 times, but just in general, I don't know.
I've only been twice. Not to the open mic, just in general. But I got some cousins that been that motherfucker maybe 496 times.
I ain't been there that many goddamn times, but I've probably been in there 50, 60 times. Helped do a show. Well, I didn't help. I was selling merch at a show for, it was Chicago Fire 2, actually. I was selling merch for a skateboard company that my good friend owns. And we did a raffle and gave away a skateboard. By the way, consequently, that's how I met Sarcastic. Shout out to Sarcastic.
He did mention it.
Yeah, he snatched it because they were supposed to read off the raffle name, the numbers, because I was just handing out tickets and shit, and he just snatched the board from me, and then I was just watching his energy on stage, and I just said, fuck it, I just let it all be. It was dope as fuck, but
Did he actually skateboard?
No, it didn't have any wheels on it. It was just the board. It was a brand new board. It was, there were no wheels.
That's service work.
Well, unfortunately, I've never been there.
You never been there? Well, you've got to go.
A few times.
I'm sorry, but riding past this don't count.
I mean, it kind of does because it's so festive on the outside. Like when you look at the outside of that motherfucker, it makes you feel like you should have on a hoodie and a dusty ass backpack. Like
facts.
That's what it looks like. So
that's facts. Let me tell you, the first time I went in there, because there's really no other place like that I've been to. Let's see, I'll take that back. A long time ago in California, they used to have a place called The Good Life that they kind of, that Brandy show that she had, they kind of mimicked that. It was like a health food store, and they did like an open mic on the show on Brandy, but that was a real life thing.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that was a real life thing. It was called The Good Life.
That shit was called The Den on that show, right?
I don't remember. I didn't really watch it. I know that they were trying to sue them off that shit, but yeah, because it's in LA and it's in Compton, I believe, or Inglewood, one of the two. I ain't been there in so long, but so during the week, it's a health food store. It's a lady that owned it, but on Wednesdays it was hip hop only open mic. You couldn't curse, and it had to be original material. Nobody else's shit had to be, no cursing. That they stood on that shit. No cursing and original material. I used to go there a lot, and you talking about it, energy. Motherfucking, this was in the early 90s, man. The energy in that place was wild. A lot of people got signed out of that place. We actually, one of my guys that was kind of homeless, his name was Vel Bacardi at the time. His name is still Vel Bacardi. He ended up getting signed to Wild West Records from a show that we did there, because there was always record people there. What was the name of that group out of LA? They did like jazz. They rap like they were playing trumpets and shit. Fuck, I forget their name. But anyways, no, hell no. No, they were from Cali. But they just barely got nominated for a Grammy after like 26, 27 years, 30 years later.
I don't know why Take Six keeps just.
But anyways, that shit used to be fire. A lot of people got signed from there. Used to be up in there all the time, and then the ciphers outside of the place were just crazy. Everybody was backpacking, and that was when Wu-Tang first came out. So every nigga in LA was trying to like Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Shit was wild. But outside of that, I've been to like some spots like in New York and shit, but there was like the Lyricist Lounge and shit like that. But there was nothing that compared to Chicago, because we're talking 2000. Let's see, the first time I went was probably 2007, and it still felt like the 90s in that bitch. You walk in that motherfucker, it was like a hip hop head's utopia. You just walk in there and was like, God damn, it's all these like-minded people, just creative artists, just rappers and producers, and none of that Laffy Taffy shit and everything. Everybody was about music and about the bars and about writing and doing artwork, and it's just a fucking haven, a real haven for meeting and networking, and not to mention the open mic. So when they had the open mic, if you did not get on that bitch and have bars, It's over with. And I know personally because I got drunk up in there one day, super fucking drunk. And the energy is just so crazy. You be like, even if you can't rap, the energy's so wild. You just feel like I could do it. And me knowing my ass, I was super fucking drunk and I should have known better. But I went up there. I might have said 3 words and Shadow Master snatched that mic up out my hand and started rapping at me. And just like, I mean, I didn't get embarrassed. I was too drunk to give a fuck. I thought, because in my mind, I thought I ripped it. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, yeah, he grabbed a mic because I was burning that bitch. But no, he grabbed the mic because I was like, I was fucked up. And then he proceeded to rap about me, you know, and make fun of me and shit. That happened twice.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Did you ever actually go and do
sober?
that? Yeah.
No.
God damn it.
No, I'm just saying, like, hey, listen, when I go out, I don't go out to stay sober. Okay, let's be very clear. If I'm in a room full of a bunch of motherfuckers rapping and shit, man, I'm gonna have the time of my life. Well, let me just take that back. Let me rephrase that. If I'm at home by myself, I'm not home just to be sitting home. I'm home. I'm getting fucked up.
Oh my God.
It's, you know, whatever, man.
Life of the party.
Yeah, gotta be. So I'm in there, you know, having a great time. The energy's there, and you know, it's just because it happens to a lot of people when they go in there, drunk or not. You go in there and you just get caught in the moment. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Until you get your ass up there and the shit get real.
So when from what you've seen, if you go up there and your shit is just like, it's just fire.
Oh no, he'll shut you down. Shadow Master will shut you down.
You know what I'm saying? What if it's fire?
It's fire, then everybody's behind you. Everybody's going with you. If your shit is fire, you in that bitch.
But how long you get?
I don't know. You get a few minutes, you know, to spit your bars. If you go a little overboard, you know, his Shadow Master will cut in and do some shit. But other than that, like, it's pretty fire. It's dope, you know, and then the energy's right. Nobody's there to really clown and shit like that and, you know, make fun of, because he could have made real fun of my ass. You know what I'm saying? But right. I mean, he made fun. Everybody laughed. I laughed. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold no grudges.
You tried.
No, I didn't try. I was drunk. You know,
I'm trying to give you the benefit of that.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
Went up there.
Mm-hmm. I did my thug thizzle, but you know, like I was saying, the energy in that place. And shout out to Shadow Master for holding that motherfucker down for so long and to keeping it going and prospering in that environment, man. I know it takes a lot. I was talking to somebody in Colorado, and they were saying, nah, because they came out here and they saw. I took them to Sub T's and actually for open mic night too. And that just so happened to be the night that I got drunk, got on stage first time. So, yeah. And so he was saying he wanted to do some shit like that in Colorado. And I told him, I said, one of the first things you need to do is find a great MC. He can't just be great. Like, well, I'm talking about not MC as in rapper. He's got to be master of ceremony.
Right, exactly.
Like a true MC, master of ceremony. He has to be that guy because even when nobody's rapping, he's got to keep the crowd entertained. He's got to keep everybody engaged and be funny, be witty.
He's got to know when to de-escalate shit.
Yeah, all that. He got to know how to control the fucking room. And that's why I say shout out to Shadow Master, because the guy is a goddamn genius and he's a goddamn legend and he knows how to rock that shit. He knows how to hold the room down. He knows how to get the crowd amped. He knows how to shut them down. He knows how to build them up and bring them down. Like, he's amazing master of ceremony. And and he's been holding it down. So we're looking at 23 years of the longest running open mic hip hop show in the world.
That's a long time.
A long ass time.
Now, what I heard was it's actually longer than that. So, like, first time I went was in 2007. So I had been going since 2007. I haven't been in a while, but I might go this Tuesday for the celebration.
Everybody else going.
Yeah, right. But I will say that there's no other place like it. And like I said, from what I understand, it's been going on longer than 23 years. I don't know if they just picked 23 because it's Jordan's number, or maybe that's how long Shadow Master's been doing it. But apparently there was same shit. I think it was just on a different day. They just shifted the day. It was on Wednesday, I believe. I was told. And this was back maybe 26, 27 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, because this nigga said 85, 86, or somewhere around there, very early 90s or some shit, that there was a show there you could smoke, you could
That's
fucking.
damn near 40 years.
Yeah, well, not that long. My bad. So, 30 years or so.
Still.
Right. And he was like, yeah, I used to be able to smoke cigarettes in that bitch, smoke weed in that motherfucker, and everybody was cool, and it was like real hip hop. And I'm like, what you mean real hip hop? It's still real hip hop. It's one of the very few places in Chicago that you can go to, and if you need your little fix, some real motherfucking hip hop.
That neighborhood is historic and classic for that type of vibe, though. Anyway. I spent a lot of my young adult life over there, exploring in debauchery and shit, Debauchery.
We ain't gonna get into that. There's a lot of debauchery over there.
Oh yeah.
But I would say this, that Sub T's and that open mic in particular reminded me of like the good life in LA, because even outside there's little pocket ciphers. You know what I'm saying? You still got motherfuckers walking in there with hoodies on. It's just a whole vibe. It's a whole
3 dreads. And all type of
you
shit.
said
Just
3?
3 dreads. 1 up here, 2 on the side.
Oh, big dookie braids, dookie dreads.
See all type of shit coming out of there.
So you said what's your experience has been at Sub T's?
I went once. It was like a regular club type thing. It was hip hop night, but it was not open mic. And then another time I went, it was to see a show, and I can't remember who the fuck the show was, but I like the energy. Like,
right.
It's one of the only clubs you can go to where you don't feel like you have to worry about your safety.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I really used to like go. The only thing that used to blow me was how crowded it would get. I'm not really that type of.
There's levels.
Yeah, but still, like, because there was another club called Red Dog where it was more spread out. And then when you got sick of the people, you can go upstairs, and like really nobody was ever up there. Right. So it'd be like, cool, I could breathe. But it was like that, but it wasn't really like that. So,
Gotcha.
And then plus, after a while, I just stopped liking that type of shit. So I stopped going. But some of the younger people in my family, I'm talking about special occasion. I cut my toenails. I got my hair done. I graduated from fucking college. You went grocery shopping? Let's go to Sub T. Like, that's all the fuck. Sub T. I'm like, God damn, really? Then I got some littler cousins who graduated from college about 6-7 years ago, maybe? Maybe 5. I can't, whatever. Them motherfuckers, they was in Alabama. Them motherfuckers in Chicago, you may not even see them motherfuckers for 3-4 days when they up here, but we going to Sub T. Fuck.
Well, it is that place. It was the first place I heard about when I got here, because me doing music and everything. It's like as soon as somebody here, especially back then, they hear you do hip hop, they're like, "Oh, you been to Sub T's?" Like, fuck, I don't even know what Sub T's is. That's all I used to hear. You heard of Sub T's? You heard of Sub T's? You got to go to Sub T's. You got to go to Sub T's.
Got you there.
Yes.
And then you understood.
And I understood. I told you when I walked in there, it was like a hip hop utopia for me, man. It was just like I wasn't awestruck, but it was more of the energy and everything. Everybody was cool. Shit was, you know what I'm saying? You could just felt like, ooh, yeah. What? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But not in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Everything was a vibe.
With them open mics, there's a lot of that fake ass put on energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, like, I feel like people that come in there on that get weeded out in some kind of way.
Let me tell you, the only time and they weren't even really being disrespectful, but some cats came in there and it was a hip hop show and they were doing, let's just say it wasn't like real hip hop. I don't remember exactly the name of the group or whatever. It was a couple of dudes. It was a group and they were doing at the time some of that like Laffy Taffy type of shit, Laffy Taffy, and it just didn't fly.
D4L.
It didn't fly in that motherfucking room. And it wasn't so much like Shadow Master didn't say, it was just like the crowd was just kind of like, Yeah, I'm good on all that. And the crowd pretty much spoke for everything else. And I think they did like one song, and they knew.
Because you can feel that energy.
Yeah, this spot ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? Now, a real artist would have muscled through it and kept going.
Yeah, and they've had their share. We was talking about the different clientele, or I won't say different artists that fell through there.
Right, everybody.
EC Illa, motherfucking Master Ace, Snipers, Do or Die.
Do or Die is always up in there.
Just
well, they used to be.
Everything Chicago. That's beautiful.
EC Illa, let me tell you, he shut that motherfucker down in Chicago Fire Part 2. His performance, because I guess he hadn't performed in I don't know how fucking long. And the fact that he was even there, everybody went crazy. I used to have a picture with him. I talked to him for a little bit because I didn't really know who he was. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm fresh and new to Chicago.
The first underground artist I've ever listened to.
White Cat too, and I was like, God damn! But he shut that motherfucker down, and he hadn't. He at that particular time, it was like I don't remember when Chicago Fire 2 was. I want to say 2009, 2010. Somebody out there, if you know when Chicago Fire 2 was, let us know in the comments. I want to say 2009, I think, maybe 10. But when I tell you that motherfucker shut that show down, I mean he literally. I didn't know none of the songs, but I was into it. I was acting. I was like, I was trying to. You know what I mean? You ever hear a song and you want to know the words so bad that you don't know them, but you're trying to figure out what the next word is going to be? Yeah, that was me with EC Illa.
I think that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all the fuck about.
And let me tell you something. Hip hop crowds are probably the toughest motherfucking crowds. Like real hip hop heads, because we ain't just listening to your music. Because first of all, we're dissecting your music anyways.
Get the fuck out there.
We're dissecting the shit out of music. So if the music is popped and then your bars are popped, because we're going to hear them bars, and them bars ain't right, it's going to be like, the kid missed it on this one.
Yeah, I'm saying what happened.
Yeah. It's too bad what they did to that boy.
It's too motherfucking bad.
Because what if the beat is good and you're like, oh yeah, you got us with that,
but still,
and then you start rapping and you're like,
alert.
God damn, are you for real?
They say a hit dog will holler.
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
And then you got those cats that'll come out there and they'll be like, I've been at shows at Sub T's where some nerdy looking dudes, or they don't look like they're on shit. The beat will come on, you be like, oh yeah, that beat's decent.
Next thing
you know, man, these motherfuckers are destroying the mic, and you like, God damn! I've been at Sub T's plenty of times where that's happened. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mood Swings. Shout out to White Jesus, Six Rings Entertainment. Shout out to Shadow Master once again. Shout out to Juice. Shout out to Waffle Gang, Audacity. Shout out to Do or Die. Shout out to shout out to Pugs Adams. Shout out to Philip Morris. Shout out Dan, let me think about it. You got something to say, man? I'm over here trying to think of names of people. Shout out to EC Illa, man. You made my night that night. Made me a fan, instant fan. Let me see. Who else? Who else? Shout out to Ange 13. They treat her like a motherfucking queen in that bitch. She's one of the very few people that I've seen in Chicago go to a show and they have gift baskets for her when she walks in the door.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah. She's and you don't want to battle that woman. That woman is a fierce and ferocious animal. She's a straight savage, a Wolverine. Like she's that chick. I don't know where she is. Trying to get a hold of her. Ange 13, if you out there, man, holla at your boy, man. I need to get you on the show. But yeah, shout out to everybody that has frequented Sub T's 606, the open mic, because I think what is that saying? It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? And Sub T's is like that child that every hip hop head took care of. You know what I'm saying? Because it also survived the goddamn pandemic. It survived all these other things only to be thriving and still going. Whenever they say hip hop is dead, if you think that is true, take your ass to Chicago, take your ass to Sub T's, and you're going to fucking find out. You're going to find out Chicago. Well, hip hop is not dead in Chicago.
No, I mean, I don't see how it could be dead, period. I mean, even if all we had left, if no one else rapped anymore, we all the people that passed away, we still got that shit. I don't know about you, but all the shit I already got, I'm straight.
Yeah, and with that being said, not shout out, rest in power to Metaverse. He will be missed. But yeah, I think if you go to Sub T's when there's any hip hop show going on, but even more so with the open mic, if you go in there, you're really going to see Chicago's contribution to the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that gets slept on a lot.
Yo, on the bullshit.
Yo, hey, look at that. Shadow Master in the building.
Me and Ange are trying to hit you.
Who?
He says me and Ange are trying to hit you.
That's not.
Let's say Ange. And I don't know, ANYI.
ANYI. Is it? You mean Angie? You talking about Angie?
And I don't know if this is annual or.
So yo, check the link inside the link. I mean, inside the chat, there's a link. You can hit that link and hop right on in. But yeah, shout out to Shadow Master. You see, that's what I'm saying. Chicago's contribution to hip hop is not very well known. When you think of Chicago's contribution, people just automatically think of Kanye, Twister, what, Do or Die?
Yeah. But it's just like,
but it's bigger than that.
I was just about to say, it's just like how you know, we're the most segregated city, but there's something special in every neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you go to every neighborhood, you're gonna find some good food, and there's gonna be some hip hop motherfuckers in that neighborhood, and they bring their style and their flavor wherever they go.
Right.
You know, it's this place is a big ass melting pot.
That's true. It's very true. And by the way, I am Chicago's redheaded stepchild. I'm not from here, but the city has adopted me, and I love it. I love it. I see you. I'll hit that link. Hit the link. It's in the chats. It's pinned to the chats. Hit the link and hop in. I'm trying to get people to get on here and tell their stories.
Well, I think that'd be the best story right there.
You know, about their experiences at Sub T's and at the open mic night, because I think that's important. I was talking to Sarcastic, and he was telling me that when he was a kid, he used to go by there all the time. They never let him in. He was too young, and he was like, one day I'm gonna be in that motherfucker, and I'm gonna be rocking that stage. And he said when he did it the first time, he was super fucking nervous because he was in front of all these people, and he ain't never really spit in front of anybody, but the crowd and everything got him all jacked, and he did his goddamn thing.
Then I think too, people who are watching this and you don't live in Chicago, if you check out the 606 Chicago YouTube page, there's a bunch of shit out there, like, you know, videos and shit, or you could just see, because you have 52 motherfuckers on stage. And no one's getting trampled. It's not a bunch of bullshit.
Well, that's because Shadow Master is the goddamn Shadow Master. Because if you on that stage, first of all, if you're on that stage, you better be ready to rap. I told you, I got up there and they handed me the mic, and I was so drunk. I think he let me get out about 3 bars, not even 3 or 4 words or whatever. He realized I was drunk, stopped me from embarrassing myself, and then proceeded to rap about me, which didn't embarrass me. I don't care. But one day I'm gonna redeem myself because I can rap. No, I'm not a great rapper, but I'm good.
What you go on Tuesday? You just shut the fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck around and show up and just shut that bitch down. That's what I'm gonna do. Shadow Master, I gotta redeem my goddamn self because I think I did it twice, bro. Once I forget what they both were on open mic nights, and another time it was an open mic night, but I think I was there with White Jeebus and 6 Rings. And I was like, oh, I'm going up there, man. I'm going up there. Like, no. Heat, don't do it. Heat, don't do it. And I was like, nah, I'll go, man. I fucking feel it. I'm fucking hip with the hop of the, I'm about to rock it in there. I'm like, yeah, that didn't work out. So that's a word to the wise, to the children out there. Do not rap while drinking. Do not drink and rap.
I mean, unless you can.
I wouldn't recommend it. Me personally, I wouldn't recommend it.
Maybe that's a niche. I don't know.
Hey, if you out there and you got a story about sub T's, not necessarily sub T's, let's go 606 Chicago, the open mic. If you got a story, hit that damn link, hop in the show and tell the world your goddamn story. I'm sure it's a great one.
Do you remember the very first time you went, like when you the minute you walked in there, like
yeah, it was like I was like a 5-year-old going to Disneyland. It was like everything you ever wanted a hip hop show or place to be. You know, for me it was. I didn't walk in there, you know, because it's hip hop. So I had to walk in there like inside I was like you know what I'm saying? Inside, I was giddy as shit. On the outside, you know what I'm saying? It was all grill. But yeah, it was dope. I like I said, it was like a hip hop utopia, and the vibe and everybody there. You know, I got to know a lot of people there, met a lot of people, engaged in you know, just like networking and just meeting more and more people. And man, and when like I said, I haven't been there in a while, but shit, when I used to pull up, get a little respect, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he hit the door and I'm like, nah, go ahead, he going in, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Made a motherfucker feel like he was doing a little something, you know what I mean? But yeah, hit that link, it's inside the goddamn chat.
We should have
tap in,
pulled up some videos. Yeah,
we can still pull up some videos. I'm going to pull some videos up for those that are non-believers. I'm going to pull some videos up of.
Did they used to have rap battles there?
Did they used to have what?
Rap battles.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They do at Sub T's, at least for the hip hop community. They do a lot for like rock and all that shit, but I think it's more so hip hop if you ask me. Yeah. But I could be biased on that. You know what I'm saying?
They do. They have it's all type of shit.
Type of shit. But every time I've been there, it's just been hip hop. So you know, I can't speak on them other people.
Because that show that I went to go see, it wasn't. I cannot remember who the fuck that was.
And what show was that?
It was it wasn't hip hop. It wasn't rock. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Say it again? No. This was way before.
How long ago was it that you actually went?
Oh shit. Maybe like shit, I don't know. 10, 12. It's more than 12 years probably. This is when I was still.
Yeah, they got
out and about.
You know. It's a lot. But
I had heard about the show from somebody that was at Red Dog.
And you know, you heard that? That's Shauna. At Sub T. And you know, she's a Chicago native. Don't let your son, don't let your brothers you gone. Listen for months, because you're coming your sons. Forgive me, because really you're gone. See, that's another thing. You see, like you get someone like Shauna, and people don't even really realize that she's from Chicago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Ludacris from Chicago, and people don't realize Chicago's contribution to hip hop. They only think of certain people. See, I'm trying to get the volume. I don't know what's going on with the volume on that. Let's see. Let me see if I can see Chicago Fire, man. Let's see.
I like that Shauna song that was just playing. She had posted that
well,
a while back.
not a real fan of.
Oh, she decent.
Oh, let's not forget Bump J, but you know he's scared. He's scared labels out of Chicago. He's scared them motherfucking
So
labels about, you know
his
what I'm
whole
saying?
career is what the fuck I'm not gonna do. That should be the goddamn slogan for his shit.
Yo. Again, shout out to Shadow Master because a lot of this shit wouldn't even be happening if it wasn't for him.
Watch your girl, cause she might want to smoke it. This dude right here, I provoked him. I'll take you out tonight to do what I have to. I'm sweet motherfucker. Do the math, dude. Nah, not like that. I'm kinda with it. Joey Norman, I never quit it. Ooh, watch it.
Is that Jay Norm? Shout out to Jay Norm. I don't know if I gave him a shout out.
They don't want me. Fuck the CBD, they fucking haunt me. Trying to lock me up and throw away the fucking key. We in these motherfucking streets with 2 keys. Ooh. Stop provoking. Listen, motherfucker, every word that I wrote it. I'll write it on your breast and fucking never take it back. You won't wash it again, that's how I act. We'll be talking with the full attack. All this pussy shit going on from Wonderland. Listen up, dude, fucking streets. All these pussy motherfuckers that are a little freaky. You can have the white boy with glasses speaking truth.
The link's not working. They asked if we could send it directly.
I don't give a fuck, Shadow Master.
Yeah. I'll send them to him right now.
Hold on, B. It's me and you tonight. We gon' chill. We ain't on that man shit, alright? We gon' kick the new year off nice, so we gon' do it.
So I'm gonna have to let this video play while I shoot this link out.
They might wave the motherfuckers out, they just don't care. They might have their cameras out, put you on post, put you on Facebook and Twitter with the post. But I can't tell you what I gotta do, Joe. I gotta get in and get on the mic and just let niggas know this is every Tuesday night. 606, just 41, the older ones and twos, just to let you know we don't play fool. We ain't no tools. You can't fuck with us if you ain't got the right bitch, you ain't in the cut. So my man B, tell him what's up, cause we gon' hit the microphone in a minute, that's what's up. Yo, I don't do this for the motherfucking money and fame. I do it cause I'm insane in the brain. I love the fucking game and I'm
I almost sounded like that, but a lot worse. I did a whole lot of I was gonna say I did a whole lot of motherfucking to the motherfucking.
Motherfucking losers really ain't doing shit. I keep going to that psychopathic, I've proven it. Listen, man, this motherfucker a real beast. Did you hear that beat?
Let me copy this.
Motherfucker, that real shit. We need to get it back because dude ain't feeling it. These motherfuckers are what fuckers to take us. Listen, motherfucker, they straight fucking rape us.
Oh shit, I should have did that.
they kill it. Listen, motherfucker, you acting like you will.
Nah, I just accidentally put the info in the stream. Yeah, hold on. Let me put okay.
I need the microphone so I can pass to the next kid. And let him know that shot
Damn it.
came and do what it did. So go ahead, spit 4 more bars so we can let another nigga act like.
Okay. I'm trying to, y'all gotta bear with me. I'm trying to get this link sent out. In the meantime, Bear Grizzly, shout out to Bear Grizzly. Let me copy this. Okay. Bear with me. It's coming.
Bear with me with Bear Grizzly.
Feel good, function. My consumption is more than your rent due. Been through Jamaican to Hindu. Exaggeration, United Nations, occupation.
All right, link sent.
Money. Rainy days, see, never listen, sonny. This ain't Italian flick, it's the black man, cause his
Link
mama
sent,
sick.
link sent.
Diabetes rampant, cancer affection.
Let's get back to
Weed in
this
the
sub-T
rim,
shit.
all night erection. Ride
Y'all
your
have to
section.
I will apologize to you guys
Nobody
now.
count on the chick that I'm sexing.
We should have been a little bit more prepared,
Slow
but
it down, ma.
shit happens.
Riding slow even though I'm in a fast car.
The link should be working. I don't know what's going on with it.
Jesse Jackson set up King in his room.
Let's get back to this sub-T. Let's get back to the real action. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about sub-Ts. You guys got to say, yeah, you guys got to follow with me, man. Like, Jeebus. Man.
I'm all in the goddamn videos and shit.
All in the videos.
This was something about
This is that's Wu
That
Tang.
shit would have been right up your alley, the engineer.
Why do you always look over there when you say that?
I'm looking at the fucking screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But y'all, don't trip. We smoking. Nah, hit the link. I just sent it to your email. Hit that link. Hop in. I'm trying to. I don't know. Sometimes that link, man. You know, I'll tell you what it is. You got to use Google Chrome. Use Google Chrome. When you use that link, use Google Chrome. If you off an iPhone, don't do that. You use that Google Chrome. That'll get you in all day. Besides that, and now I sent you the link. So if you're listening out there and you see that link pinned in, use Google Chrome. Use Google Chrome. You know what I'm talking about? Don't trip, we smoking. Oh, there she is. She in the building. Okay.
Just X out of the.
Yeah, I'm about to.
I just don't want to start getting echoes and all type of shit.
Nah, we good. We got you in. Hold on. Let me pause this. Hold on 1 second. I gotta stop this damn music.
If you just hit the X, we'll go.
Yeah. Hello. You gotta turn your mic on. He was in there a second ago. Where you at? We got Annihilation on. Let me see where you at. Let me see. Where you at? Let me see. Where you at? You're on an all black screen right now. We see you, but we don't see you. We see you in here, but we don't hear you or see you. Well, shout out to Annihilation for hopping in with a black screen. It is Black Friday, ain't it? Black screen, Black Friday. By the way, if you out there, buy everything black.
Oh wait, no, it's not official. Oh yeah, I guess it is. They did start that shit early. Whatever.
But this show is about Sub T's. Not Sub T in particular, but 606 Chicago, the open mic show.
For shizzle.
That's what we're talking about. Annihilation, where you at? You on a black screen with no words?
That was almost kind of fresh.
No, not really.
It was.
I need a few more drinks up in me.
You weren't even trying.
You know, I'm Starbucking it tonight.
Start bugging it. Is that one of them goddamn red cups they was giving away the other day?
This is red cups that them motherfuckers was the Starbucks employees boycotted and walked out.
Why haven't we got motherfucking cups?
I don't know, but I got a couple of them. Want some coffee?
Goddamn coffee.
Ain't no goddamn coffee. You damn right it ain't no fucking coffee. All right, so here we are. We're waiting for Annihilation.
Now I want to know why they walked out about the cups, though. You know, that's.
Why don't you try to hop back in? Hop back in if you can. And anybody else out there, why my kick button ain't working? It ain't letting me kick you out. Anybody else out there, if the link ain't working for you, you need to use Google Chrome.
Please.
Use Google Chrome.
Please.
Use Google Chrome.
Please.
Thank you. Yeah, use that Google Chrome. Get tied in, man. Talk to us, man. Tell us your story about 606 Chicago at Sub T's, man. That open mic night. By the way, did I mention it's the longest running open mic, hip hop open mic night in the motherfucking world?
Many moons.
I said it many times.
No, I'm saying it's been going on.
Oh, well, I'll say it a couple of more motherfucking times because it's well worth saying. It is the longest running hip hop show in the world.
Uh-oh.
There may be those that say they've been longer, but I guarantee you they're lying. And I guarantee the energy ain't the same. And I guarantee you they don't have a Shadow Master. They might have the bootleg, the Shadow Blaster, the Shadow Plaster.
Someone named Timmy.
Somebody named Timmy. They might have
MC such and such.
MC such and such, Shadow Lacquer. But they don't have what we have here in Chicago, Shadow Master, the one and only.
And perhaps if we had more things like this, people might be able to channel some of that angry ass energy into something a little bit more positive, you know?
That's a good thought, but these youngins ain't ready. I mean, you heard what 21 Savage said about Nas, man. Get the fuck out of here.
I heard. And you know, when I read that
Look at this shit. Find love on the new dating site.
what in the shit?
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There it is. Now we cooking with grease.
That's what the fuck is.
Now we cooking with.
Welcome.
There we go. Now we cooking with whole grease.
Welcome.
You know what I'm saying?
What's going
Yo,
on with
I
the
can't-
name?
Listen, fam. I'm overly excited. I just got goosebumps right now. Real shit. I don't fanboy out. Listen, I don't know if you remember that night, but we'll get into that in a minute or two. But tell these people who you are, bro.
Well,
Both of y'all.
my name is Shadow Master MC. I am one of many 606.
Wait.
You about to bust my damn eardrums.
Say that shit one more time. Engineer, please.
My name is
Tell
Shadow
them who you are,
Master
bro.
MC. I am one of many members of the group and unit and family 606 Chicago. To the left of me, probably
You
the
heard
right
that, man.
of you, is my co-host and my anchor, my motherfucking right-hand woman. She always on time and she's definitely dope with the motherfucking rhyme. This is Annihilation.
Yiddy. Yeah.
Welcome.
I would say this. I call my co-host illustrious.
With that word.
You know what I'm saying?
Illustrious.
You might want to think about that. Just throw illustrious in there. Illustrious co-host.
We need to throw that
So,
in
like,
there.
listen, man.
We have to. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
tonight,
So,
though?
oh man, we oh damn, y'all better get y'all shit together.
You know,
I know y'all better than that on stage.
Y'all feeling good.
Yo,
Don't
we
don't follow the mic now.
Nah.
Yeah, no, we feeling blessed and highly favored, man. Right now,
We should be.
you know what I'm saying? Having y'all on the show right now.
But how does it feel though to be part of something that, like that's like real life amazing.
It is. It is.
That's tangible excellence.
It's real life amazing. It's an honor. It's a privilege to be in a staple of something that has been ongoing for so long and so many years, and to inspire and make people come together and connect as one is what we always wanted and what
Right,
we try to do. We try to give everybody a chance, a platform, somewhere to come that they're comfortable and not worried about violence or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You come to Sub and it's like a family. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
606 has always been that. Shout out to the originators, you know what I'm saying? Rockwell, you know what I'm saying? Artec,
Strike 3, the
the
whole
G
Pacific
Double
crew,
Pacifics, you know what I'm saying? So
AM, PM,
yes,
Mary
Jane, yes.
There's been so many cats.
Right.
That leads me to a question real quick because I got a call from my guy Big Rob, and he's like low key part of Six Rings.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys know about Six Rings, and he was like, he called me up. He's like, "Hey, bro, them niggas is lying. They lying. And I said, Rob, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? He said, man, it's been going longer than 23 years. I said, what you mean? He said it used to be the same open mic. They just changed. I don't know if it was the owner, a change of owner or something, but the open mic stayed going, but it was on Wednesday before. A couple, and I'm not discrediting anything y'all did.
Well,
Nothing.
you know
I'm just
what?
telling you.
I'm gonna have him
The
answer
very
that.
first open mic started on a Wednesday, but it was more so for
Yeah,
B-boys,
that's-
B-girls, and DJs. It was when they switched it
Right.
over to Tuesdays is when they incorporated the open mic part. And that's when the situation
Right,
started.
okay.
And that was in 99. That was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, 1999.
Boom. Period. Fool.
Thank you for clarifying that.
So,
Thank you for clarifying
if you
that.
want to try to say
You know, because I was
something
telling my man, I was like,
bring your ass up there Tuesday and
No,
say that shit
hey.
on the microphone. I know what you're talking about. Tell that
No.
nigga to come on
He-
there
he-
and bring his ass on the mic and call me a
No,
liar.
he was just saying 23 years is a lie, and I'm not saying that because
No,
look, hey, listen, the first time I saw, because I moved to Chicago in 2006,
Okay.
No, okay.
That was
We
okay.
were thinking that, yeah. We were thinking
and the first thing I heard was, "You got to go to Sub East." This is what I was saying earlier in the show. Because, you know, if you, and I think you guys might understand this, when you do music and you're so engulfed in this culture, like for real in the culture, from b-boy and graffiti, the whole shit. I tell people a lot, it doesn't matter where in the fuck I go, music will find me. I ain't got to look
There
for
you
it.
go.
It'll find me. Yeah, and so like as soon as I got here, like legitimately, all I kept hearing was, "You got to go to Sub T's. You got to go to Sub T's." And when I finally went, my co-host, my illustrious co-host, asked me. She said, "Well, how did you feel?" I said, "I felt like a kid going to Disneyland for the first time."
That's dope.
You know, it was like a hip hop utopia.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to
You know what I'm saying? And the only other place I've seen that was the Good Life in LA.
And I used to go
Back in the
to the
90s.
Good Life in California. I used to live in Cali,
Playing.
and I used to go to the Good Life.
The cyphers outside
I'm
used to
in the
be crazy.
documentary, yes. So I have been a part of two
Yeah,
big
that's what's
hip hop monumental things, yes. And I always been
Yeah. They made Brandy and them did that show trying to be like the Good Life, but that's what it was based off of. I used to go to that bitch all the time. I probably bumped into you a few times and didn't even fucking know it.
We everywhere.
I
Shout
met
out to
Akinelli.
Charlie and all them that used to be at the Good Life. You know what I'm saying? All Jurassic Park tools.
Yeah,
Tuna.
but the feeling that I used to get at the Good Life, I never really had ever again until I walked into Sub
Me
T's.
too. Me too.
And when I say, because I told her, I said, it felt like a kid first time seeing Disneyland. Because on the inside, I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
On the outside, I'm like this.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way you
On the
supposed to
outside.
feel.
Yeah.
That's how hip hop
Right.
dojo. That's where
Yes.
everybody come to sharpen their tools.
Right. The hip hop dojo.
And
Yeah.
honestly, you're absolutely
But-
right. I felt the same way when
Right.
I came into Sub T, when it was the Pacifics and all of them. And I was coming from California, coming back to Chicago and doing music, and got with Ange and Lady Love and started Lyricist. We actually won Rap Search 2001 at Sub T.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I started being in Sub T. Yeah, me and
talking about
and
Ange
Lady
yeah.
Love, may she rest in peace. Yeah, Lyricist. I started that group, and we won Rap Search 2001 at Subterranean. And after that, I was
Damn.
there every fucking week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was like that for everybody though.
Yeah.
Before we started hosting,
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Rex
before we
and all of
started,
them was
Rex
hosting.
and D Double and all them, they was killing it. Norm Rockwell and them, and I love the nostalgia of singing not only just us as Black people, but different nationalities embracing hip hop and bringing it together as an conglomerate. You know what I'm saying?
Cheese is a melting pot. We were talking about that. It's a melting
It is.
pot, and the greatest thing about it, because if people come to Chicago and let's say they're hip hop heads, right? They come to Chicago and the only knowledge of Chicago they have in hip hop is a Twister or Kanye or whatever.
Right.
They don't know how deep the culture is here.
Exactly.
And when they walk into Sub T's, that's like, You walking into a whole nother universe.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world. If it was on
Yeah, but-
NBC, it'd be a different world.
It's a beautiful world on top of that because it's one of the few places that I've been to where I got overly drunk and still felt comfortable. You know what I'm
We
saying?
never have any
Also,
violence or any of that type of bullshit.
I
because the
never
culture won't allow that shit to
Right.
happen. We let people know in the door,
exactly.
this is where you want to come to feel safe. This is where you
Yeah.
want to come to express yourself.
Right.
This spot is not just for hip hop heads, but it's for all
It's for
artists.
everybody. You know
And
what I'm
whatever the
saying?
fuck it is
Right.
that you own outside of that threshold, you
Leave
leave
that
that
shit
bullshit outside that
outside.
threshold.
You did. Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
I learned really fast to park very close to the door.
Oh yeah,
Like
you still in Humboldt Park.
Yeah,
It's Wicker Park, but Wicker Park is in the middle of Humboldt Park.
yeah, no, I always made it there early enough to find parking very close by. But that's not saying that the place was dangerous or anything like that, because I just said it was one of the few places I would go to and get sloppy ass drunk, and I wouldn't have a care in the world. I'm shaking hands, kissing babies, I'm hugging people I don't even fucking know, and I'm having the greatest time of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, because the vibe, I was saying that in the very beginning of the show, the vibe was like, I don't know, it's kind of like the only thing that I could kind of even reckon it to is if you, I don't know, if you were born in Africa but never been there, and all of a sudden one day you find yourself there and you're like,
I'm home.
I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm home.
You just feel it.
Because when you talk about a melting pot, there might be a white guy standing next to you, looks like a whole hippie.
Mhm.
The motherfucker got bars, so don't play with him.
Yes.
There might be a motherfucker over here who look like a whole gangster,
Yes.
but he got bars. Don't fuck with him.
Mhm.
When we say don't fuck with him,
Yes.
don't go up and be like, yo. You know what I'm saying? You might get torn off. Listen, I got handed my hat quite a few times outside of that front door in a little cipher. You know what I'm
That was a
saying?
stomping ground.
And I say that because I like to think that I'm a good rapper. I'm not a great rapper, but I'm good. I feel like I can hold my own, and not drunk though. Let's be clear, because we'll get to that another time. But you know, I've had my share of, oh, I'm about to get this. Well, I'm gonna call him out or whatever. You know what I mean? And no, everybody that comes there is on their shit.
Oh yeah,
They're on their shit.
oh yeah.
Sometimes.
But the reason
Sometimes.
I think,
But for the most part, they know that if they
Yeah.
slacking on their shit, you gonna get counted down and you gotta
Or you
pass
gonna
that
get
mic
cussed
real
out
quick.
by me or him on
Yeah.
the mic, live and direct, no filter.
Or it's gonna be Hip Hop 101 and we're gonna show you on the spot what you need to do to get better right
Yeah,
there
we're
and
gonna
then.
show you. Yes, that's what we do too. We show you.
excuse,
We don't
excuse
try
me,
to clown
excuse
you.
me,
We try to
excuse me.
school you.
Right.
That's
I never said. Hey, listen, because I'm gonna tell you something, Shadow Master. You were so kind and polite to me, but after you got the mic back, you let me have it in a very nice way.
I was nice at first though. I'm always
Well, I'm
giving you enough rope to hang yourself.
Hey, I'm
Well,
surprised.
I mean, you could clearly see that my ass was inebriated, and you were like, yeah. I think you said some shit like, not tonight, bro. You know, some shit like that. Tonight's not your night.
Sending the olive branch saying you gonna come back next week. We're gonna get you sobered up.
and
Get
get
you
you
No, I tried it again.
coffee.
and get you in.
I tried it again. I tried it again. But again, let me digress right quick, because I did say it was one of the few places that I get sloppy drunk in and wouldn't care.
There you
Right.
go.
True
And I
that.
would feel no fear. So I tried it again, and guess what? The reaction was
What was it?
the same fucking thing. The same fucking thing. Okay. So I learned a valuable lesson. Do not drink and rap.
And go on
Okay,
the mic.
just don't do it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I will say about both of you, this is something that is so, and we talked about it earlier. I don't know if you guys had heard it. It's like the energy in there is so bananas that even somebody that doesn't rap is sitting there and that energy is fucking piling up on their ass, and they feel like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. That's what we try
But
to
that's
do.
good. That's exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful fucking thing.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's supposed to be a place where you should be able to come and try something that you ain't never tried before and not feel like you're gonna get clowned so bad that it's gonna break your spirit.
Yes,
It's
sure.
not that. Now this shit ain't meant for everybody.
Right. Yeah.
So you're gonna learn
No, it's not.
fucking around with us if this is really what you want to do.
Right.
If you can take that criticism and learn from it and get better at it,
then
then
that's
this shit
dope.
is good for you.
And we have some that have came and have learned, but we also have had
Mhm.
some that have came and have not come back.
And we've had some that came but realized that they were fans and
And
not
not
MCs.
see what?
So it ain't
Right. Well, that's
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
That's a hard thing to do. No, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's a very hard thing to do because the energy in there makes everybody feel like they can fucking do it.
Yeah.
Until they get a mic in their hand.
You know, when I say that, it's like inspiration.
Mm.
You get inspired. You're like, fuck yeah,
Whoa, yeah. That's what we want.
That's dope.
I can do it.
Sometimes you need to get that up out of you though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta,
And
not me though. I can fucking rap. I'm telling you, goddamn it.
I believe it. So in the 23 years, do you guys is there like one or two like standout moments for you, like stuff that just was unbelievable, like you just can't believe it happened?
I got one.
Actually, there was a couple for me. Year 15 anniversary
Ooh, was so
was
dope.
off
That
the
was
fucking
epic.
chain.
That was
It was
epic.
off the
15
fucking
was
chain.
epic. Yes.
And it was at 15, we never thought that we would even get past 5.
Right.
So 15
Right.
was a monumental spot. And it got a little emotional for me up there.
Mhm.
Because it was like, okay, well shit, if we did 15, let's see if we can do 20. And then fuck, if we
I
did
heard
20, let's see if we can do 30. Fuck it. Let's see how long we can make
Man.
this shit go. But as long as people are receptive to it,
Then
we was
that's
gonna always be
Right.
open to keep trying to keep it going because that shit is therapy for a lot of us.
it is.
It's
Oh, yeah, facts.
yeah, it's a spot where I can get on stage and let shit off my chest and not be judged necessarily by the content, but be judged by my artistic flavor on what I put.
Peers. How about sometimes the greatest thing is to be judged by your peers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For those that are really in it and really know it and don't get into this with their emotions on their sleeve, to be judged by your peers is the greatest thing. It's the greatest constructive criticism you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
your peers ain't gonna steer
mine
you
is
wrong.
funny.
They're gonna say,
Mine is funny. This chick from
huh?
Wild and Out came and performed,
Oh, really?
and
Oh,
and the open mic started, and we started rhyming, and she came and grabbed me and pulled me to the back and was like, and I don't want to rhyme against you, I just came to perform and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh baby, you okay? I'm not finna battle you. You good? She was so worried because
You didn't treat her like, oh, it's okay, baby.
Right.
You're gonna be all right.
Once she saw
yeah,
that, her
it
whole
was a
demeanor
whole
changed.
demeanor
so.
change, and it was so funny.
But you gotta respect it.
Another
You
moment.
gotta
It was
respect
another moment. It was one day we was in there, regular ass Tuesday night, and Bushwick comes in.
Oh, I brought Bushwick. I brought Bushwick too.
Right.
May he rest in peace. He was with me
Oh,
and my two
shit.
daughters.
Rest in power, Bushwick Bill, man. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
brought
right.
him in to
Y'all didn't card him, did you? Y'all didn't card him.
Go ahead, tell the story. Your turn.
Any motherfucker, right?
Y'all didn't card him, right? Y'all didn't card him at the door and be like,
He said y'all didn't card. Oh,
Terrible.
y'all didn't say, hey,
Terrible.
somebody left a little kid outside. He trying to get in the car, find his mama or his daddy. It's not fuck. I love Bushwick Bill. Rest in power.
look. Go ahead, tell the story, Shadow.
Oh, but look, he got up in there, and it was just like what you was talking about earlier. You could see his whole demeanor changed the longer he just sat and watched everybody get down.
Yeah, it's true.
And then we was like, come on, grab the mic.
Right?
He got on the mic, and I swear to God, this motherfucker did not want to get off the mic.
No,
He spit for a good 10, 15 minutes.
No, he didn't. He spent for
That's a long time.
bro.
He
He
was
took
just-
over half of the
He
open
was
mic.
just going.
He was
and
feeling the
going.
moment, and we was like, let
And
him go.
The fuck could you say?
Yeah, gotta let him go.
What could you say?
And he was killing.
And he was killing it. And yeah, it was Bushwick
That's
Bill.
what's up.
So
on
Yeah.
freestyle shit.
On freestyle.
You would
Wow.
never guess that he was that nice off the top.
Yeah.
But he was nice.
Yes.
No, I would. I mean, he's originally from Brooklyn, so
There you go.
I don't know.
It must be in the blood.
Shout out! I don't know if you see it in the messages, but shout out to Mario Diaz. I brought him to Sub Tees for his first time, and he says in his message, he says, hands down, one of the greatest experiences ever.
That's love.
And he's from Colorado, and I actually, you guys have inspired him because I told him about the 23-year anniversary and everything, and he's like, man, I've been dying to open up a spot in Colorado like that because they have nothing out there. And what I told him was this. I said, before you do anything, you've got to find an MC.
Yeah.
And I said, it cannot be an MC rapper. He has to be able to rap. Number one.
Exactly.
But he has to be an MC.
Exactly.
And
There's a difference.
my response to him when I was telling him this, I said, you have to find you a shadow master. Because
that's love.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me give you your flowers right now. I've been to millions of shows. I'm sure you have too. I've never seen someone handle a crowd like you.
Thank you.
Oh, shout out to you too, Annihilation. I ain't saying you ain't there. I was gonna give you your flowers in just a minute.
It's all good. I'm letting go. I'm very humble, so you great. Give him his flowers because he is dope.
And
I know it's a team effort. I know it's a team effort. But I'm just saying, this is what I was telling him. No disrespect.
That's love.
Please.
That's love.
So I told him, I said, you need to find somebody like Shadow Master. And I'm not talking about one of these bootleg motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Not Shadow Blaster. Not Shadow Ladder. You know what I'm saying? Shadow Caster. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Timmy. You know what I'm saying? None of that. It has to be Shadow Master.
There you go.
And there's only one. And he's in Chicago, so you can't have him. You can rent him out, though.
Right.
Can we get a round of applause for letting his ass out?
Maybe they can do theirs on Friday.
Yeah, they can do that. Fly out there. Yeah, make it happen. But I want to give you props, bro, because I've never seen somebody handle a crowd the way you do. You make the crowd, you make them react like a roller coaster makes people react. So if they're mad highs, you say, "Hey, calm down." You know what I mean? Bring it back. You remember like engine number 9. If that train falls off the track, pick it up. Back up on the street. Now that's you controlling the crowd. You're orchestrating like an orc. Like, you know what do they call them niggas with the little stick in their hand?
The conductor.
Yeah.
You're like this with the crowd.
Like the hairdo in the drum line, all the HBCUs that break it down and go all the way down, and then he come back up.
Yeah. Whoa! That was necessary. That was not all that. Was not necessary. I got a step back, so you got to excuse me.
The only thing I'm
you really know how to control the crowd.
I'm not rolling.
And I would say, bro,
joints. That's all I'm rolling.
I got to say this to both of you. You guys have set the bar for any open mic on this goddamn planet. If they do not have MCs like you, when I say MCs, you know what the fuck I mean. Masters of ceremony.
And we don't spell that shit out. EMCEE. It's straight M, straight C.
Yeah.
I don't know what that spelling out MC shit is.
Yeah. Well, I don't do that shit. But but you guys have set the bar like completely to like if there anybody that's going to try to do anything, if you want the blueprint, you better talk to these two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you want to know and understand how to last 23 motherfucking years in the game and riding still,
you
better ask.
Rain, sleet, or snow. We like the motherfucking post office.
It be fucked up the other day. It'd be fucked up whether age there, but we'd be the only motherfuckers in there.
There, you did, yes, and we still
kick
kick it like it's 10,000 people in the room. You know what I'm
We
saying?
was a warming center once upon a time. Motherfuckers coming out.
Exactly what I told Mario Diaz. But now he's trying to jump in. Mario Diaz, if you are still listening, use Chrome, use Google Chrome, use Google Chrome. But yeah,
Yo.
you guys are amazing. The way you conduct the crowd. How I've been there a couple of times, and it's very, very few in between that things get out of hand.
Mm.
But when they do, you guys have the ability to shut that shit down immediately. And that's a beautiful fucking thing.
It's got a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying?
It's got a lot to do with respect. We give respect, and we expect that same respect in return.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as long as we all could be on an even keel up in there, it's gonna always be dope. But then sometimes, you know, you get a couple of highs and lows, like that roller coaster ride you was talking about, and you know, they eventually bring that motherfucking train in and stop it, unhook the seat.
Right. Yeah. Y'all got to go.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Buckle them in. It'll be a ride.
It has happened.
Yeah. Make sure your shit's buckled in tight. This is going to be a big ride, okay?
It's about to get real bumpy.
Yeah.
I hope you ain't got no back issues.
Tell me something.
Is when the dudes like try to grab the mic from me, and then it becomes a problem. And then when they try to turn on me, the whole sub T turns on.
Oh, nah. See, I can tell you this.
They tried
Listen.
to grab the mic out of both of our hands. But
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
Everybody-
they don't try you because you're a man, but and me being a woman from 606, the only woman from 606, you know what I'm saying? It's
Shout
like
out to you.
yeah, thank you, respect. You know what I'm saying? It's been a road, but I had to gain my respect and stand on that
Yeah.
because
You earned it. You earned it. You earned it.
Like I
You didn't gain it. Gain it sounds like somebody handed it to you. No,
Right.
you earned that shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I did.
I'm sure
I had to tell these kids that.
yeah. But you get a lot
Right.
of them that come up in there and they think it's sweet because
Yeah,
you see a lady on the microphone.
right.
And it'd be a lot of
I
French
didn't.
ladies.
Or
Well, see, the thing is, if you know hip hop and if you first of all, let's be very clear. You got two types of women that come to hip hop shows, right? And you know exactly who those two types are when you walk in. You got the mini skirt and the hoodie.
Yeah, and that's it. There's no gray area in that
That's
shit.
it. No gray area bitches. So
sometimes I be in my sweatshirts and hoodies, and sometimes I come real cute with my hair and makeup done. So
they done already seen you. They done already seen you.
But there's never nothing in between that.
it ain't-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's accurate. That's an accurate statement.
So you know the girl in the miniskirt, you can snatch the mic from her all day long.
Well, maybe you know what?
You know,
That's what
listen.
happens. I
Right.
think when
I'm
I'm
gonna-
dressed
I'm
like a girl, I get snatched the mic from, but when I'm dressed like this, they
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
I think you're
Right.
absolutely right.
No, I know I'm right. Listen, I've been in this. I've been in this game for a long time, and I'm not impressed. I'm like, it's hard to impress me. You guys have impressed me since day one. Chicago has impressed me since day one because I've met nothing but solid ass motherfuckers that do solid ass music. And Jay Norm is in the building, and he says, "Yo, Annihilation is the dopest female freestyler ever." 606.
I love you, Jay.
Jay Norm, you have your ass
Jay
up in here.
was supposed to be here, but he couldn't. So, but
Yeah.
love Jay Nor. We
But he
love
in the
you.
box though. He
He in the
represents.
right. He here.
Yeah. He in the box. So I got a question for the both.
He said I was the. He said that.
It's because you are. It's the shit.
See,
And look,
she went from nobody gonna grab the mic from me, and ain't nobody gonna do shit. I'll push the nigga would snatch the mic to
Look, I want to say this real quick though.
It happens.
I'm gonna say this real quick. The reason I am the freestyle MC that I am is because of Subterranean and the Blue Note. That was the
Can we
place.
get some of that?
I was a writer, and I am a writer, and you know what I'm saying, and an engineer and all that shit first. But
Mhm.
freestyle once I came into that arena and got around these brothers, and I'm gonna shout out a few real quick, from the Dirty MFs to the Larry Millers to the Malak, to the Mike Booths, to the Juices, to the brothers, to S13, to
my girl,
to a lot of people who embraced me when I came back home from Cali and gave me the opportunity to learn and grow. They did, and I appreciate that, and that's why Jay can say that I'm the dopest, freestyle on the scene, and that's dope. I appreciate
I don't know. You might have to say that again because you went like you was going crazy right now. You got all muffled.
Oh, I said I had to shout out Dion from the low end, who was the first person in the cipher and was like, freestyle, and I was like, no, freestyle, no. You know what I'm saying, all timid and stuff. And then the next cipher I was with them, I kicked the freestyle, and then from that point on, I honed my craft, and then I started going with them, and then it grew, and now I'm me.
See that motherfucker?
I'm me.
I know. You a whole 606. What you mean you a whole 606?
I am. Look. Wait, show the shirt. I am. Look, show your shirt. Look, 606.
And it will be for sale once you bring your ass up there to the party.
Yes, we do. We will have merch.
That's the party. I was debating. I was like, man, I should go. The old me that I'm already the old nigga saying, well, now listen now, slow down. You know them young niggas be out there all night.
Look at
sorry. We see you typing. I'm sorry. We just
He ain't doing shit but typing.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jay Norm, hop your ass up in there.
Yeah, get in. Hop in, y'all. Ooh.
But I have a question. And what was the wackest night ever and why?
Wow.
I know you remember it. Because if y'all can remember some of the greatest days, you gotta remember the wackest one.
I'm trying to pick the best one. There's a lot of them.
I swear to God, do not say the detector. Do not say the night he got on stage drunk.
Me personally, I've had a lot of just
right, yeah. But to me, the wackest night that I had was when you weren't there. You were ill, and I was there by myself, and I got so beside myself because I didn't feel the love and appreciation of us.
Right.
And it made me snap on the mic so hard that everybody who was there put me on live, and I was going ham, and the next week it was packed.
Okay. Well, then you did the damn thing.
Yeah, I was mad. You did the damn thing. And the next week I was tweaking because everybody showed up the next week.
Yeah.
What you did was you harnessed that fear and that insecurity of being up there by yourself.
No, everybody. It wasn't fear and insecurity because I don't have that. It was the fact that we have been doing this for so long, and I feel that just because he isn't able to be there, that y'all should still be showing that same love and respect regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you know what? Okay, hey. God damn, you almost went 3D on my ass. Hold up.
Yeah,
that shit almost went like an old rap video where I'm up like Joe Budden hopped out the TV screen and shit. Hold up.
Yeah.
I knew I said the wrong thing when Shadow Master's eyes went. I can't even do it because of my glasses.
I tried to turn away from the camera, but
he looked over at you like, oh. This boy said the wrong shit.
Right.
And that's when I backed the fuck up. And I was like, no, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
experience is the best teacher.
Jay Norm.
He says never a horrible night because we had fam to hang with always.
Facts.
There was nobody to hang with me that night, Jory. Sorry. No.
It was
just me. Yeah. Okay.
How many people were there? How many people were there? How many people were there?
I can count on my hands and not both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
It was-
But that's something I also said too. That's something that I also said too to Mario Diaz. I said that you have to have an MC that can rock it like there's one person in there or 10,000 people in there.
Oh, and I did. And I
It
went
should be no
outside,
difference.
rocked it outside in the motherfucking sidewalk with the microphone. I did. Okay. And then anybody who was there, they're gonna be like, "Now she was outside rapping to the people walking down the street."
All right. Let me tell my
Damn.
Look.
Look. She trying to get her shine. Let her get her shine. Let her get her shine, son.
This shit was horrible, just only for me. I decided because we had just came from the motherfucking studio. I'm hungry. We've been smoking. I got a taste of White Castle, and I wanted a big ass.
I had a taste for a white girl, and I don't know. Hey, listen, I got
White Castle.
no White Castle. White Castle.
right. No, hey, I don't. I'm drinking Starbucks.
Okay, carry on. I'm sorry.
I prefer wheat. I'll do without the white.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. What?
So you go to Starbucks. So you went to White Castles?
With the White Castles. I got the double cheeseburger meal with the big ass shake. And as soon as I walked up in the motherfucking spot, the bartender sends me a double shot of Jameson and a Heineken.
My favorite.
I get on the microphone. Now everything is starting to bubble and do other shit. There's a Bankhead bounce party going on in the middle of my stomach. Shit is just all right. And I'm on the microphone and I feel that shit. But I'm in the middle of warming the shit up right before we open the mic. I get a microphone to a motherfucker and say, just keep rhyming till I come back. I go in the bathroom. Oh, before I can get in there, I hear the first 4 bars and it's hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
I come back out.
What was
I snatched the microphone.
No.
This was before you started hosting with me.
Okay.
I snatched the microphone from his ass. Mm-hmm. I give it to a motherfucker that I know is always money. Mm-hmm. Go back in the bathroom. Like 8 bars in, I'm finding out you lose change. You ain't even money right now. So I can't do shit. I go back in there. I get the mic from him. I spit a little bit, and I'm like, okay, let me find some fucking body. I find my boy. I'm gonna keep him nameless because he's still my boy. No. He gonna be nameless. He gotta be nameless. He's still my boy. I gave him a microphone, but he was so motherfucking drunk.
Oh.
He just started saying all type of shit, and then he started getting counted down, and he started cussing every fucking body out. It wasn't even rhyming no more. He just on the microphone cussing motherfuckers out. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, I can't go in there. I gotta stomach this shit. I gotta shake it off.
It wasn't Audacity, was it?
No, it wasn't Audacity. Not that night. Shout out to my brother. I love it. We love you. It was one night we was doing the show. This motherfucker, his belt broke. And his pants was sliding down. And he trying to rhyme and hold his shit up. I'm on the side. I'm so fucked up. I can't even remember what the fuck he's supposed to be rhyming by. And we had did this song before. And I was cracking up so motherfucking bad. I completely just fucked up my whole 16. And the freestyle turned into me talking about what the fuck was going on up there. It had nothing to do with the hook. Had nothing to do with the vibe of the fucking track. I was done. I was fucked up. I was like 5 motherfuckers and 6 Jameson shots in.
I'm proud of you for being able to stand up. Good job.
And listen, I can't believe you didn't shut. I can't believe something didn't slip out.
Yeah, that was talent right there.
That's
talent. I barely made it. And the fucked up part is there was a motherfucker in there that was pissing at the urinal. And I came in saying, my bad, dog, my bad. This is about to be real fucked up. And I blew that motherfucker out.
I gotta
I
say this
couldn't stand
because
myself up in that bitch.
You gotta go.
people might be pulling this out of this whole conversation because when you said you did it, you was this and this and that. She goes, "That's a real talent. You don't say that to a man.
I'm saying it is.
You don't say that to a
You know
man."
how dedicated you have to be to some shit you got to do if you had White Castle, a large milkshake, and some motherfucking alcohol.
But you don't say it's a talent.
That's
Talent.
Nigga,
was
whatever.
a horrible experience. I do not advise anybody to ever do that shit.
Right? No.
Ever.
You had me at White Castle, large shake. I already knew this shit was gonna be.
It would have been real fucked up.
When you say White Castle, it was over with. I don't know why you were screaming for White Castle.
That shit delicious.
Hey, I like White Castle. White Castle is cool
I
with
was
me.
high and I had
White
that.
Castle
I
don't
needed
do
them
what it
motherfucking
does
onion
to everybody
rings.
else.
on
All
that
you have to
fucking
do-
I
burger.
know White Castle is good, but you pay the price for White Castle.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
it's good.
You gotta
but
pay
it
the
ain't
price.
I
good.
don't pay the price. I don't pay the price, so I'm good.
You gotta stomach
Oh,
the
you're
steel.
talented.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
That's
How's
not-
that sound?
Very
Yeah,
talented.
that works. See, that works. For a woman, you're talented.
Can't
She's
do
like, damn, I am. For a guy that, what kind of guy is talented because he keep his butt closed? You don't tell him that.
that ain't
Anyways.
talent. That ain't talent.
That's not talent.
That's not.
That's a fight for life.
That
Say
is.
20 years weekly of memories is crazy.
Jay Norm says
23
23 years
of
weekly.
memories is crazy.
It is.
That is true. 23 years
And if you think about it, it's every fucking week,
every week.
even on holidays.
On holidays.
That's 52 days.
Except for
a
Christmas.
year.
We didn't do it on Christmas. We always did on New Year's. When it was Christmas on Tuesdays, we wasn't there.
No,
But 23 years every Tuesday. And every Tuesday, different people, different elements, different artists. Yeah. That's
And the energy is always the culture.
No, that's a vibe. Right?
Always. And for those of you who don't know the culture, I'm getting tired of explaining it. Why don't you guys explain the culture? Because I get people telling me all the time, I'm getting sick of people saying the culture, sounding like a goddamn Karen, not understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And to understand what the culture is, the culture. We're not talking about the culture of selling merch and shit. We are
Right.
talking about the culture. So I'm tired of explaining it.
It's
Go
a
ahead,
way
Jay.
of life.
Not Jay,
It's a fucking
Shadow.
way of life.
Go ahead.
It's not something that you
Educate,
do.
bro.
It's something that you live. Hip hop is all right. Let me try to put it in a nutshell so I don't get too fucking wordy because I can get wordy. But you can DJ. That's something you do. You can grab the mic and spit. That's something you do. You can break dance. You can do graffiti. That's something you do. That's an action that you participate in on certain occasions. But when you live hip hop, that's every single day from the day you wake up to the time you go to sleep and while you're dreaming. You are in a cultural mode by this entity we call hip hop. And hip hop is something that allows you to express how you feel, be as militant as you want to fucking be, spread some knowledge, entertain. But it's also where you cultivate and you grow the new seeds that should be planted within this culture. It's a way of life. It's supposed to be inspirational to the next generation, to inspire the next generation to be better at whatever the fuck it is. It's an expression of life.
Right.
And that's about as plain as I could put it. Real intricate with it, but it'll take way too fucking long.
Can you look up?
That was perfect.
Can you look up the definition of the word culture? Because it's going to make a lot of sense to what I'm getting ready to say. So I did pretty much the same thing, explaining it like just recently. Actually, I get asked this shit a lot. Like, why are they always talking about the culture? I don't get it. We live in America. Blah 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 blah. This and that. Why is it the culture? Why is it exclusively black people? And it's non-exclusive. Hip hop culture is it's non-exclusive. Let's believe that and understand that in the very beginning. But the definition, because when I told a motherfucker to look up the definition of culture, What does it say? The first definition?
The arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively. The customs, arts, social instructions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group.
Right.
But it doesn't say a specific social. It doesn't say
Right.
a
No,
specific
here's what I got on his ass.
Exactly.
This is where I got on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I said when you see a punk rocker and a heavy metal guy, you know they're different.
Mhm.
Immediately. Those of us that are immersed in the culture, I know hip hop when I see it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We speak a language that we understand.
Uh-huh.
We move a certain way. We dress a certain way. We have our hair cut in certain ways. We do things differently outside of America's culture, outside of heavy metal, outside of rock and roll, outside of hip hop. Pop music.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a culture,
Yeah.
right?
That is,
We
yeah.
are our own tribe.
Mainstream.
It's kind of mainstream, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But there is some mainstream, like, you know what I'm saying? So because now they want to say that there are degrees of hip hop, like with the trap and the, you know what I'm saying, and the what's the other one, the one from the that they used to do, the chop and screw, like, you know, everywhere has their own definition of what they believe hip hop is by their region. You know what I'm saying?
And their time frame.
Their definition. By their definition.
Yeah, by their definition.
But at
Exactly.
the core of it, at
But
the core of it,
The core, you're right.
The
the core.
definition
at the
is
core of
something
it.
that, the definition is something that a lot of people fuck up because they don't know what the definition of culture or hip hop is.
True.
Right. So when I had him look up the word, and then I start to break it down, because now I'm tired of talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, bro. So that definition should tell you everything. And his response was, well, then why do I have to pay $400 or $500 for a hoodie from Griselda? Then that's not. They ain't giving it back to the culture.
Right. No.
They ain't got to. I mean, that's a
That ain't got shit to do with the culture. That's business.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a purpose.
That shit, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
that's
shit,
a problem now. That's a
What is
problem.
Paul McCartney doing? What is he doing? To be in the front row of a Paul McCartney concert, it's going to cost you 10 racks. If you can find it.
I'll be at the crib.
And it's understandable too, and they'll pay that shit.
Yeah. And they don't ask him.
Yeah.
This is the problem with the culture. These are the two perfect people to be having this discussion with, because part of the problem with the culture, especially for the young folks, they don't understand there's levels to this shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And when just because you get fame don't mean, nigga, you a real motherfucking MC. You a real, like 21 Savage saying Nas is nobody. Boys, you out your fucking mind. He just dropped two of the best. Jesus, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. Are you serious? That's not because of a fan base. That's because of a guy who is a master at his craft.
Facts.
And
How dare you?
not just for 3-5 years. You're talking about somebody who's got it.
Decades.
Like a whole lifetime. Like
Exactly.
Not somebody who's rapping like, how many bitches I lost today? How many did I? A lot. What did I do? A lot.
I didn't hear the whole
He
interview.
did say
I
his
don't know how it came
comments were
out.
taken out of content, and that's not what he said. So I'm gonna
That's
have
called
to,
backtracking, baby. You know that.
as a person that does the news and stuff on you know what I'm saying, hip hop, I have to put that disclaimer out.
Okay, and I respect that disclaimer, but you know that's backtracking.
I was wondering. I was wondering.
I'm not any of that
Yeah.
shit. I ain't gotta put no disclaimer out. That's some bullshit that came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Point blank,
I
period.
want to see the whole shit though. I want like what the fuck was
It's on
y'all
the
talking
Breakfast
about?
Club. I believe it's on the Breakfast.
Where the fuck
Breakfast
did that
Club.
come from?
So, like, it's. I know sometimes even for myself, because I'll get a lot of youngsters in here. Well, I used to. I don't really fucking record rappers no more. I'm done with that shit. Yeah. But like, if I'll play some for them, and they'll do something over the top of it just because I'm asking them to. And then when I say, "Oh my God, you're on to something right there," they're like, because they ain't feeling the beat. They don't understand.
Okay.
But when I make them do it anyways, and they're like, "Nah, fuck that. I don't like it. It's whatever." Maybe months go by, and I'll play it for them, and they'll go, "Who is that, motherfucker? That's you."
Right. Yeah.
And because they was listening, because they was like, "Damn, it's fucking dope." Yeah, because you was listening to me. But you also got mad and walked out because you didn't believe in what the fuck I was telling you.
Yes.
Because there's core elements to this shit.
Yes. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? There's very core elements that speak to the soul of our culture. And if you can tap into that core element, which you guys have done at Sub T's, I'm alluding to that. What you guys have done at Sub T's is you have delved into the core elements. You respect the graffiti artist, even though he can't rap, but he loves it. You respect the skateboarder who can't rap, but he loves hip hop, but that's all he listens to when he skateboards, and it makes him go hard every time. No homo.
Exactly.
It's the tree hugger who's a vegan with dreads. You understand? I went to Jamaica one time and heard Marley Gong and said, "God damn."
Right.
And fell in love.
Right.
And fell in love and found himself at Sub T's and got love and probably got his handshake so many times he didn't. The first time he was like, "I don't even." By the third everything, you know what I'm saying?
That some of the cats that have come up there and get on the microphone for the first time, and when they get off, you can visibly see them shaking.
Yeah.
And not because they're nervous or concerned about what anybody might say about their performance, but it's that energy, that vibe that they got, and they feel something that they've never done before. They experience some shit that they've never felt before.
Hold up. Because I'm going to say this one more time. The energy's so bananas.
Yes.
That if you're in there and you don't know how to rap, it makes you want to go on stage.
Yeah.
So of course, your energy's going to be like, fuck, I just did it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, trust me, half the time when I'm drunk, I say 90% of the time when I'm drunk, I'm just like, man, just listen to me talk. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? Get me drunk at Sub T's, and you know what's going to happen?
I gotta get it.
I'm on the date. Gotta get on stage, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So the energy is there. So that's what I was saying about the culture, because you guys, the core elements of when you walk in, the love, the respect, the understanding, all of those things are like the core elements that a lot of cats either they don't know,
right?
They ain't never been shown, ain't never been told, or they just don't give a fuck. And what happens when they walk in there, it's an immediate understanding. If they come in there with ultra skinny ass jeans on some I don't even know what, they're gonna know when they walk in there they're in the wrong place. It's like Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours when he walks in the you know what I'm saying? I had to do it.
It was perfect though.
And yeah, but you know when you walk into a place like, I'm either gonna fit in this bitch, or I'm not going to be in here.
Right.
Because it ain't gonna, Mr. Skinny Jeans, it ain't gonna work out for you there.
But also, here's another thing about it.
Jay just said, never violence. Of course.
Never. But the thing about it up in there is the respect value goes back and forth. It goes hand in hand from the old to the young.
Yeah.
Because the young cats that do come up in there, when they come, they don't know what to fucking expect.
Right.
But when they stay there and they experience it, then they're open to want to learn.
Exactly.
They want to know more about it.
Right.
And that gives us an opportunity to actually teach, to actually drop a few jewels.
Exactly.
And that's been one of my biggest issues with how the older cats right now overall are getting down with the younger cats. I can't really blame all of it on them because, in my opinion, we dropped the ball a little bit.
I said that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The ball a little bit.
But we dropped the
It's-
ball
yeah.
because they didn't want to listen.
But it's not just that they didn't want to listen. We got to understand that this has always been a gladiator type of sport.
Mm-hmm.
And from the beginning, you never wanted nobody to bite your shit.
Right.
So you really wasn't teaching everybody every fucking
Right.
thing. It was always go figure that shit out like I did.
Right.
Go
Because
find
old
out
school,
like I did.
old school knowledge and saying was the game is to be sold, not told.
Exactly.
Right.
But the problem is, you ain't supposed to just tell it. You're supposed to teach it
right.
in order
Teach
to
it,
keep
right.
that shit growing and cultivate it. That's why they call it a culture. You got to cultivate it.
Cultivate. Yeah, 100%.
We
So-
didn't cultivate it the right way.
Yeah. That's true.
And
I can-
that's
I-
in my opinion. But also, once we did that, there was a little gap in there where we saw the shift change in hip hop, and then we wanted to complain about it. And once we started complaining about it, the younger cats at that point was like, "Fuck
yeah.
you!
Right. Yeah.
You ain't teaching shit."
Wow.
Like you said, we did it our own fucking way. We learned it the way we had to learn it.
Right.
Because y'all was
Right.
trying to keep that shit. As Biz Market say, you started trying to keep it instead of trying to use it.
Right. So I'll say
And that's
this.
what happened. That's what created that gap. And as the industry jumped in and did
They
what the
fed
fuck
it.
they did
They
in order
fed
to
into
try to
it.
fuck it
Yeah,
up
they
for their
fed
own
into it.
financial profits,
Yep.
they opened up the gap even wider.
Yep. They did. That's
And
right.
as soon as you separate where the fuck you come from,
Then
you can have them motherfuckers doing almost any fucking thing that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah.
out there.
that's true.
And when the industry brainwash you with a certain style, a certain type of music,
shit, then you just go into that.
Yeah.
and I
It's
try to
so
tell
good.
motherfuckers this shit all the time. If you just want to know the difference, wake up and listen to Tribe Called Quest every morning. Just one song every morning for 7 fucking days and see how you feel through that day.
Right.
Wow.
And then get up and listen to
And listen
to
Chief
anybody
Keef,
named
one of
Little.
them. Right, little anybody.
Right, right.
Devin Sweat, he said, hey. Devin Sweat. Devin Sweat right now says, what's up, Uncle and Auntie?
Oh,
What's happening?
DJ
Nephew.
Double A in the building.
Keep your face out of the cracks of asses, nephew. Stop doing that.
What?
Oh,
Well, all right.
Oh no, it goes deep. And you put it on film. Don't film yourself doing that shit.
whoa.
Good.
What?
You
Hey,
need to know not to do that shit.
hey, long as he ain't fuck around with Trick Daddy's gang, we all right.
Well, at least don't have it on film. That's all I'm saying. Don't R. Kelly it
Trick
up.
Daddy put everybody on film, so if he fucking with Trick Daddy, he already on film.
Well, now, I don't know. Nephew, get around.
Hey.
Now you did this, uncle.
Hey, check this out. So I was telling someone the other night, we were talking about the culture, and I said, I ain't gonna say my age, but it's probably gonna come out here in a second, anyways. But I've been involved with hip hop as a fan and a participant my entire life. I'm just gonna get it out there. I'm 55. I'm 55. I ain't Red Alert looking like Red Alert. Look like stop wearing the hoodies, nigga. Stop
You
wearing
still have
hoodies.
the energy of a young pup, though.
Red Alert don't look like no young pup. Red Alert look like he needs a nap right in the middle of an interview. Okay.
Continue your thought.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So I say this.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Shout out to Red Alert.
Pioneer. But I say that to say this. I remember because, I was there from the hip to all the way to where we are now, and I remember seeing in the 80s, seeing Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five dressed the way that they were dressed, and thinking, and even all my friends was like, these niggas is dressing like faggots. because that was the word back then. Let me say the disclaimer. We don't believe in those kind of words or anything like that. Don't try to shut us down. So I'm just saying the word was, yeah. So the thought was like, I ain't dressing like that. Tight ass leather pants and feathers and shit everywhere. You know what I mean? And so no, wait. I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you the progression, right? So that to looking like a Kool Moe Dee, who was an old head already.
Right.
And then you got younger cats coming in and they sweatsuit out because they're following the Italians in New York. Okay? Follow me now.
Follow.
So we keep on going because now we like, we in some gangster shit. Now we talking about gangsters and being fly. On the East Coast, it was wearing ballets and silk suits and shit to be like the Italians.
Mm-hmm.
So every 10 years, the shit gonna change, right?
Always.
After the 90s, because then we got to the backpacking era. We don't remember the backpacking era. I still wear hoodies all the fucking time. It's my favorite attire. Hoodies and jeans.
I still got backpacks. I carry backpacks all the time.
If I could, I would. I'd look really stupid because I'm always taking my daughter and my kids somewhere, and I'm like, if I hop out the fucking car and I'm like backpack on, got the Timbos on and the hoodie and everything, I'm like,
backpack, bro. Like we have adult backpacks now. I carry adult backpacks.
Yeah, you don't want to get the backpack at Walmart.
Okay, so remember, we have the backpack. We had the backpack, baggy jeans, and all of a sudden, sneakily, skateboard niggas snuck in these skinny ass jeans. That's what happened.
And Vans.
Okay, so
no. Actually, let me back up.
I was in
because
Canada, so I was wearing Vans and Dockers and all that. So
and,
see,
and
that's
those are the
the
attire. Skateboard.
That's the purpose.
Those are the best shoes to skate. I used to skate too.
It's part of the attire. You can open the door because it's hot as hell in here. That's part of the attire anyways, because Cali skateboarders and New York skateboarders were taking from the culture the clothes that they wore and the shoes that they wore. So let's understand about the culture, because that's what we're trying to get at.
They were taking from the culture.
Taking over.
Oh, yeah. Taking over. Because see, look,
no. Taking from the culture.
When I was in Cali, it was us that was doing. We were tagging. You know what I'm saying? It was the tagging crews. You know what I'm saying? We had the dancers. We had dancers. They was break dancers / houses. You know what I'm saying? We had
house music in California.
No. We did have. It was techno. That's what when I moved back to Chicago and started listening to house. I was like, oh, so this is a black version of techno. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
But
it was totally different.
And shit, and the way that they but we had dancers that danced. They didn't dance like how the footwork and everything was going on.
Yeah. She's right. You know She's 100% right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my era. You know what I'm saying? So I was wearing Dockers, cross colors, Vans. You know what I'm saying? I was going to Gap, backhoes, shit like that. I was wearing steel toe boots and ties.
Was in a whole other
y'all was doing something else.
sector.
Cali and
we're in the 50-50 club.
Y'all older. You are absolutely right, and I'm younger. But I also want to say that they always say that the music and the culture, like I said earlier, in different sections and different sides at different times had different things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because like Use and Damage and all that y'all was wearing here and Jabos and all that, we wasn't wearing that in Cali because it was too fucking hot. You feel me? Yeah. So when we finally got it, that shit was
motherfucking lie. Like she lying. I was at that time. Let me tell you about Cali.
That's what these niggas was wearing.
Okay, I'm gonna call you a liar. Because in Cali, I don't even understand how a nigga can wear a jacket to 78 degrees. That's how I don't understand.
No, they weren't wearing no motherfucking what's that shit? It's coochie and shit.
Stop playing. Nigga, they was wearing a black dirty jacket on top of that. It's 80 degrees outside. You got a black jacket on and motherfucking
Lil
God
Jacket,
damn it.
and they motherfucking Chunk Love and shit like that, and they lows.
All I saw was a lot of
I got my love for you. God damn it.
Yes, and yes,
they was always long
yes,
sleeves.
Pendletons, yes, we used to wear the long sleeve Pendletons. That's the motherfucking plaid shirts.
So it couldn't have been that motherfucker. Huh?
No, that was at nighttime. You had the Pendleton on.
That ain't no nighttime. That's an everyday attire. That's everyday attire. Let me explain something. Let me explain something.
White beaters and Dickies.
Let me explain.
There was a white beaters and Dickies.
Dickies is thick as fuck. That
But
shit
they had
sound
white
like
beaters.
Well, you got too much Chicago in your mouth. You done forgot. You
Look,
done forgot.
let me tell my age. Look, I don't want them to know that. That was
You ain't got to tell nobody shit because you telling me your age right now. You ain't saying shit. Because listen,
I'm young.
I was born in Oakland. I was born in Oakland.
Oh, okay. Well, I was born on. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you.
No, I didn't say the. I didn't say the year. Nigga. I didn't say the year.
She's trying to stay clear away from the years.
I don't know. She's probably from Orange County or somewhere. She's probably motherfucking. Let me think of something real quick. Let me think of one of them little farm towns. Talking about you from Watts.
No, I was born in the Midwest, but I wasn't born here. And yeah, so I grew up here and I grew up in
born in the Midwest, but you weren't born here.
Those places.
I feel like I'm about to snatch the mic from you like I'm at Sub-Tees.
What?
Like I'm about to snatch the mic from you like I'm at Sub-Tees. Hey, you said I wasn't born. You said I wasn't born in the Midwest, but I'm from Chicago or something like that.
I wasn't born here, but I was born in the Midwest. I grew up here and I grew up in LA.
In the Midwest.
No, she's saying she wasn't born in Chicago.
You're in Chicago right now.
Shut up. Don't talk.
What is she saying?
Don't worry about it.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for hearing me and understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth.
And that's why she's illustrious. That's why she's illustrious. That's why she's illustrious. And I'm drinking way too much
Put
Starbucks.
that shit down, please.
Don't worry about me. So let's get back to the culture real quick. So we did have a major shift, and that's where the problem was. And this is what I told somebody the other day. It was when it went to the South. This is where the problem arises because everybody. I used to live in the South. Whoa.
Don't get distracted.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Somebody got that mic on. You need to turn it down because we got echo. But I will say this. When they turn it over to the South, a lot of people think the Southern motherfuckers are slow.
Yeah,
They know country
slow. Yeah.
country slow, right? And the whole time things are going on, these niggas is like runaway slaves out there.
Oh my God.
They're like Nat Turners. By the time rap, I'm just saying, by the time crack and rap and everything gets there, they like Nat Turner's runaway slave crack dealing motherfuckers. They doing the most.
Here's the thing.
And when they took over the game,
but they experienced the same shit, but just in a different type of way.
Of course.
The way that shit came out down there, because I got family down there, so I'm always back and forth from down there and shit. And I brought hip hop to a lot of different shit in Mississippi and Arkansas.
Right. But they was already doing a lot of crazy shit.
Man, they wasn't listening to none of that shit. But
they were no, what I'm saying is they were already doing shit because what they had out there was like dry counties. People were bootlegging, people were doing all kinds of generations of hustlers that, you know what I'm saying, generations of killers and generations of shit. You add that into the culture.
That's also why you could have some cats from those spots and them little pockets down south that they only fuck with a certain amount of fucking people, but they all supported their people.
That's what
that makes a big fucking difference as opposed to being in Chicago and New York. And you fighting literally millions of motherfucking MCs and DJs
and shit
to be noticed, to be seen, to be heard.
Right.
They was doing the same shit, but they were actually listening to each other. It felt more like camaraderie as opposed to competition.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
that's because when it's an anti-social or anti-cultural thing, you must, and especially from the South, they understand that better than the rest of us did because that's how they were raised. If it's anti-cultural, anti-establishment, you have to stick together. It's the only way to win.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of course. I
And-
say
and
that all the
those
time.
of us from-
We say that on Tuesday.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah.
But it's hard to get that shit to stick.
No, it
You
is.
can say it all day long.
All
You can
day.
even show it as much as you like.
What this is because we're talking about generations of being told that, as opposed to
Yeah.
one decade of being told that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, it's a whole other can of worms. But what they did bring to get to my point of my shit, what they did bring was all of that, and then a whole lot of country fuckery. And what happened was, no, they did.
Now, why you
They
say
did.
country fuck?
Right, he did
No.
like that.
No, because then you see New York flip, and now they trying to be like they country, even though a lot of country motherfuckers, they you know what I mean? I mean, even Nas's dad is from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? His family, the South, the North, the East, and the West. Yeah, you got somebody in your family from the South.
Right, yeah.
Everybody that's black.
Got somebody.
Thank you. So it took over. So that's what took over. The South said, "Fuck it, we here."
Yeah.
Now we're gonna show you free niggas what it really is to break out of these chains.
Yeah.
But if
as
you
they
notice,
should.
here's the thing. If you notice, once the
Master
South
P was the
started
first
doing
one.
their own thing, they brought a lot of old school shit back.
Back. And a lot of
They brought
flavor.
a lot of
See, okay,
blues
yeah,
shit back.
yeah.
They brought a lot of Compton shit
Looking
back.
bad on the South.
No, but what they're saying is your experience is part of your expression. I mean, it's gonna always be different because they don't
Yeah,
experience
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my experience in the South, like I love certain music from the South, like every Outkast, you know what I'm saying, Goody Mob, the
Nappy Roots.
Nappy Roots, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I love
UGK.
Tommy the Ingwe, UGK, A-Ball, MJG. Come on, man. Like some of them down there are dope as hell. And they, right, so I mean, I know what you're talking about others, because when I went down south to visit my family and they put me on Pastor P and all them, that wasn't my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But I like the Mia X's, I like the Mysticals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that part of the culture. But and everything ain't for everybody, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true,
To each
true.
his own. And we have to, and that's what us as the elders now have. Ooh, did I call myself elder? No, I
You
did
are.
not. That it's to each his own, because we felt the way that we felt about the stuff.
Exactly. That was my point. That was my point. So when I'm looking at Grandmaster Flash saying they look like faggots, disclaimer, I'm not using that word. When I say fag, I mean as the English.
You don't want to be on the air long.
It means a cigarette. It means a cigarette. Pardon me, sir. You happen to have a fag on you.
We ain't in France, though.
It's a cigarette. Okay.
Good job.
All right.
But yeah, we understand what you.
No, but what I'm saying is, so as the shit goes and progresses, we get into the South. The South takes over, and the South has got us still in a chokehold. But the biggest part of this is that hip hop is a multi-trillion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
We as participants and those that are fans, we move the culture of this fucking country, which moves the culture. I didn't even gonna say this country. I will say hip hop in general moves the culture of the world.
Oh,
How we
definitely.
dress, how we do, how we speak, how we react, how we make music, how we do everything.
Definitely.
Yeah, we know that.
So yeah, of course we know that, but if every 10 years the shit changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
In
a
some way,
cycle.
shape,
Yeah, it's
And
a
that's
cycle. It's a cipher.
and I'm gonna be honest.
It's a
When I was growing up,
cycle.
I'm looking at the same thing, Grandmaster Flash, all them cats, but I also sang. So I'm also looking at the shit that Earth, Wind, and Fire
Fire was
got
with,
on.
right. And that's why I said
right.
and
Bro,
Prince and
but-
stuff like that.
But I'm just saying
You know what I'm saying?
that shit looked
Weird
weird
to you?
to me
Well, to me, you know,
because it wasn't something that I know
I was wearing every day.
Because that was the way that y'all, well, black men, this is a whole other conversation, was brought up. See, to me, music
Them
and
niggas was
art.
brought up the same motherfucking way.
Listen. Music and stuff is about art and expression. So to me, when I was looking at them dressed like that, it wasn't about who was harder or not. It was what they were doing as expressing themselves and bringing.
Yeah, hey,
They didn't have to come out there with Timbos and blue jeans on.
Right.
But they also didn't have to come out where you could see they nuts.
Like Cameo.
Why they, and if you notice, every 70s group, when they're on stage, why the fuck you always gotta stand with your legs open?
But that was something that was. That's a whole other
All of
Hey,
all they
hey, Shadow. That's what they call nowadays. Bro.
I love Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No. That's what they call nowadays.
You put that shit on.
Dude, listen, Shadow, this is what they call nowadays building your audience.
Thank you. And your target market as well, because everybody ain't gonna think that this is.
If I'm humping and grinding the mic, goddamn it, I'm building an audience, and you know.
Considering y'all are celebrating this 23-year anniversary, I think it's only right that we let y'all close us out. So both of y'all tell the people what you want to say about your history, your legacy thus far,
and what y'all got planned.
The legacy is this: we are the longest open mic in the world. We will be celebrating our 23 years at Subterranean. We're bringing back a lot of the originals and legends, and it's going to be a very epic event. We have a lot of surprises in store, and I just hope that each and every one of y'all can come out. It's this Tuesday, November 22nd, 2011, West North Avenue, 7:30 p.m., hosted by Annihilation and Shadow Master MC.
Doors open at 7:30. It's $25 at the door, but if you go online, subt.net.
Whoa. I got one question. If my crew called Unwrap walks at the door and says, "Yo,"
we gonna have to pay $25 like everybody.
No, we good. No, we good. No, we good. We good.
Let me ask you this: when was the last time you was at Sub-T?
Last week, nigga.
Oh wow.
Last week.
Oh wow.
And the time before that?
2 weeks before that.
And the time before that?
It's got to go on a 2-week momentum at that point.
Wait, I got a question. Wait. Aren't you supporting the cause and the culture?
You goddamn right. And that's why I'm coming in there and I'm going to shake hands and I'm going to kiss babies. We're going to bring my illustrious. You understand I'm bringing an illustrious guest?
And I'm going to be an illustrious $25 paying motherfucker.
Well, I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Shaking hands, kissing babies. I'm handing out flyers. I'm selling merch.
Okay, you can sell merch. I'll even set you up a table.
Man, set me up. You don't remember Chicago Fire True? I had the merch with the skateboard shit upstairs.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm at Sarcastic. And Sarcastic snatched the goddamn skateboard off while I was on stage. He was gonna read out the goddamn raffle ticket, motherfucker. And Sarcastic snatched the skateboard out of my hands and was jumping around and doing shit. It was like after Juice had went on, and yeah.
Wow.
A lot of shit.
And shout out to JU.
Shout out, yes. Yeah.
Listen, I'm part of the team. What do you mean?
Well, bring your ass.
I'm about to add fucking 606. Matter of fact, it's pending right now. I don't know, maybe it's something because of you guys. It's pending because I was adding you guys and it said pending. I don't know if you gotta like show love or something. Try to show love.
Jory got it. He got it.
All right, yeah. Yo, and for anybody out there, like, subscribe to Unwrap. We doing this shit. We're going to only have the illustrious guests that we're going to have. We need to have you guys on here just to talk about your journey in hip-hop, period. And just have you already know what it is, man. I'm not trying to talk no more because my co-host, she already packing up. You don't even see her. She's got like ninja hands.
If you let him talk, we'll be here till Tuesday, right before the goddamn show starts. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's what's up.
I feel you.
Be illustrious.
And what time does the show start on Tuesday again?
Yeah, matter of fact, talk about that show. Say it and say it long breath, long-winded.
The doors open up at 7:30. The show starts promptly at 8:30. So don't be thinking that this is some regular ass bullshit hip hop shit. You ain't there at 8:30, you're gonna miss the first couple of acts.
Oh yeah, and you have to have on anything that is Chicago Bulls 23, Jordan, something
Bulls
like
colors.
that, or Bulls
Oh,
colors.
okay.
And you're not getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I got to show up early. I got to show up super early because, it's Unwrap. And 606 and Unwrap, they fuck with each other. So I'm in there.
So they said,
Yeah.
they said you got to
And
unwrap
quick
that.
lineup, we got Cold Hard, we got Direct and Never,
Yes.
we got Q Ball,
Yeah.
we got Shannon,
Yeah.
we got Reverb, and we got D.
Yeah.
It's a couple of young cats that
that's
y'all
gonna come
don't want to fucking miss because what we also doing early that night downstairs, we got a college night that we do
Yeah.
specifically for 17 and up, so
Yeah.
they can learn the culture.
Yeah.
And it's free downstairs.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right,
And that's
Jody.
We do that.
That's
We do that once a month.
once a month. And then
Reverb is the host, and
Yeah.
I forgot to do.
and Amina is the one who brought them to
Right.
us, you know what I'm saying, from Columbia College. So it's a Columbia College kid. So
Shout
it's
out to
pretty dope.
Urban Music.
Urban Music. Yeah.
One
So,
thing
yeah.
y'all forgetting. A couple of things y'all forgetting.
Okay.
Tell these motherfuckers how to get there. Some of them may be listening from some other place and they may be out.
11 West North Avenue. 2011 West North Avenue, subterranean.
If
Yes.
you're on the expressway by 9094, get off at North Avenue, take your ass back west, and you'll run right into it at the 6 corners of North Avenue, Milwaukee, and Dayton.
All right, give them the actual number address because some of these
I
people are
did.
stupid.
2011 West North Avenue.
Say it again and
2011 West North Avenue.
Chicago, Illinois. 606.
All right. So you heard that right now, and we're gonna end this right now. But I'm gonna say this right now to anybody and everybody that's listening. This is the core of hip hop. This is the core of Chicago. This is the core of whatever you want to think hip hop is, man. Rethink that shit. Walk through those doors. Be that kid at Disneyland for the first motherfucking time. Understand that feeling that got you into fucking hip hop and that got you into the feeling of the culture. That got you dressing this way. That got you writing rhymes. That got you making beats. Get into it. Understand the culture. And nobody can do it better than they do it at Sub T's. And I only say this because it's the longest running hip hop show in the motherfucking world. And I want to say this. Thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you. Yes. It was fun.
Unwrapped.
Tell us how can people get in contact with you?
Y'all want to give y'all socials?
Annihilation, ANYIAHLATION on everything. I'm on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yes, all that.
Are
And
you
TikTok.
on BLK?
Online.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm on Twitter.
Shadow Master on every fucking thing: Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, some other dumbass shit that I just got on.
Hey, and you know how to find us. We are.
Jory, we love you.
Shout out to
Thank
J Norm.
you.
Yeah. Shout out to J Norm for fucking just muscling through this whole shit.
Yes, he did.
But hey, also look at us, follow us, listen. We need everybody to fucking move and maneuver over to our YouTube channel, man. Like and subscribe, please. That's all we asking. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. Yes, Chicago.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. We need that because Because if they don't do what this should take time, effort, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe, man. Lovely, beautiful. Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. We appreciate the shit out of y'all.
Go out there, 606 Chicago, a celebration. 23 years, the longest running hip hop show case. I'm gonna call it a show case.
Yeah.
In the world.
West Side
You
stand
know
up.
what I'm saying? Act like you know. If you don't know, nigga, you might